Good evening. I am Gautami Shivalkar and I take this opportunity to thank YEF for giving me a chance to present myself. Youth Empowerment Foundation is an organization which is geared to assist young people to achieve destiny and purpose. Me and my teammate Krishna are going to share slides and discuss about today's session on personal tax planning, which means how an individual can plan his tax. Before starting the session, I want to ask some questions. You can drop your answers in the chat box. How many of you are taxpayer? Do you pay any tax? Okay, thank you. How many of you want to save on your tax? Of course, everyone would like to save on tax. But do you know the different ways to save on the tax? Today we will let you know what tax planning is, how you can do it, different ways to save money on your tax, and how to play safe and get some money back. Income tax planning can make a significant difference to tax you pay. By planning for income tax, you should be able to take advantage of many opportunities to minimize your tax bill. Income tax planning can offer significant savings in two areas. Your employer may offer various employee benefits, some of which, such as various employee incentive schemes, offer take advantage. Planning for income tax is also important for company cars, which can involve a sizable tax charge. Equally, planning for income tax should be carefully considered value and tax consequences of tax relief on pension contributions. Also, salary occupational pension scheme can be a particularly valuable perk. As we know, there are two types of taxes, namely direct tax and indirect tax. Personal tax planning comes under direct tax as those taxes are paid directly and cannot be shifted on others. Tax planning is the analysis of financial situation or plan from a tax perspective. A rational person always looks for various steps to reduce his tax burden. Hence, tax planning can be helpful to taxpayer. Tax planning plays a crucial role as exemptions and deductions can reduce the burden of tax paid. Next slide. So, is the personal tax planning important? If an individual does proper financial and tax planning, then deductions would be subtracted and tax would be levied on the balance income as per the Income Tax Act. Hence, proper knowledge of tax planning is important. Let's take an example of mobile. If, if you want to buy a new model of Samsung launched recently in India, then do you directly go to the shop and purchase it? Do you do so? Of course not. Generally, we search for that certain handset, we see the features, RAM, megapixel, and so on, and then we make our mind to purchase it. Likewise, if we don't have enough knowledge regarding the income tax and its deductions, then how would you get the benefits from it? So, the accurate knowledge is essential. And here we are going to learn about the deductions from which we can reduce the tax burden. Next slide. Again, there are two types of tax planning, personal tax planning and corporate tax planning. Corporate tax planning was explained in the previous webinar. Here we are going to discuss on personal tax planning. Next slide. Now we will see an example of salaried person. How an salaried person can save on his tax. or how he can plan his tax. So the options or the deductions which are involved are he can make the investment in life insurance premium, contribution towards statutory provident fund, or he can buy a health insurance policy for himself or even for his family. Or if an individual takes education loan, car loan, home loan, and the interest paid on the loan is deducted. Secondly, if he receives amount as gift, for example, gift on marriage in form of cash or check are totally tax free. Another examples are if he get medical bill, if he does donations to the NGOs, those are tax free. Also, traveling allowances of employee, leave allowances of that employee, or meal coupons. These are deductions which an employee would get on his tax. Next slide. So, an employee can plan for his tax and he can reduce the tax burden. Next slide. Here we are going to discuss about the deductions and for what purpose they are made. Next slide. There are 12 deductions listed out according to the Income Tax Act 1961 and we are going to discuss on that. We will give live examples for each deductions. First deduction is about section 80C, that is deduction on investment. For example, how many of you like Mukesh Ambani? We all know that Mukesh Ambani has invested heavily on seed, namely data, which became a tree today called Reliance Jio, giving fruits like 4G data. You can invest in Jio indirectly through tax-saving mutual funds. Similarly, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan can invest in Sukanya Samriddhi scheme in the name of her daughter Aradhya, and she can also claim tuition fees of her daughter. We'll take another example of Hollywood actor Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise performs a lot of deadly stunts in his movies. He needs life insurance which can claim as deductions. So, as per the Income Tax Act under section 80C, deductions of rupees 1,50,000 can be claimed in case of investment in tax mutual fund or investment in Sukanya Samriddhi scheme for the purpose of girl child and the payment of premium for life insurance policy. Next section is about section 80 CCC, that is for insurance premium. We'll take example of Rajnikant. Did you know that Rajnikant pays insurance for his voice annually? The annual payment of insurance is called Annuity Payment Insurance Scheme and section 80 CCC allows deduction for insurance paid under annuity plan. Next section is about section 80 CCD, which is regarding to pension contribution. Here is an example of MS Dhoni. We all are familiar with MS Dhoni, but did you know that MS Dhoni has contributing rupees 50,000 per annum to NPS? Similarly, Government of India also contributes on behalf of MS Dhoni that can be claimed by our Dhoni Sahib up to 10% of his salary. So, according to the Income Tax Act and as per the section 80 CCD, the deductions of rupees 50,000 per annum contributing to NPC is available. Next part will be explained by Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Gautami. Did you know that the medical insurance had been availed by Bipasha for herself and her parents? Her father underwent angioplasty for which she spent 5,000 rupees, which can be claimed as deduction. She took medical insurance for herself costing 25,000 rupees and also for her parents who are senior citizens for 50,000 rupees. Did you know why I said about the Bipasha and her parents? Yes. As per Section 80D of Income Tax Act 1961, preventive health checkup will be allowed to the extent of 5,000 rupees, and also the medical insurance of 25,000 rupees will be allowed as deduction for the taxpayers whose age is less than 60 years, and 50,000 rupees will be allowed as deduction for the senior citizen parents of the taxpayers. Next slide, please. Did you know that Satya Nadella claims the medical expenditure of 1,25,000 rupees for his disabled son for rehabilitation purposes? Yes. As per Section 80DD of Income Tax Act 1961, medical expenditure incurred by the taxpayer either for himself or for his family members who have been suffering from disability between 40 to 80% can claim the deduction of 75,000 rupees per annum. In case if the disability exceeds 80%, then they can claim the deduction of 1,25,000 rupees per annum. As said in the above example, Satya Nadella's son has been suffering from cerebral palsy and the disability is in excess of 80%. Therefore, he could be able to claim 1,25,000 rupees for the treatment of his disabled son. Next slide, please. How many of you like Amitabh Bachchan? We all know that he was corona positive and took the treatment in hospital and was discharged. How many of you know that he can claim the deduction of 1 lakh rupees for his medical treatment under Section 80 DDB? As we know that he will be having medical insurance and the medical insurance company reimburses 80,000 for the treatment. Now Amitabh Bachchan can claim only 20,000 rupees under Section 80 DDB. Coming to the case of Abhishek Bachchan, 40,000 rupees can be claimed as deduction. However, if the medical insurance company pays entire 40,000 rupees for his treatment, he is not eligible for deduction anymore. Next slide, please. How many of you know that John Abraham studied MBA? If John Abraham has taken loan for pursuing MBA, he can claim the deduction of interest on the loan under Section 80E. The maximum period of deduction allowed will be the tenure of the loan or 8 years, whichever is earlier. He can claim right from the year in which the interest amount has been incurred. He can also claim if he takes the loan on behalf of his wife or children. If he was appointed as a guardian to any orphan child, he can claim the above deduction for his education loan also. Next slide, please. How many of you know that MS Dhoni sold his jersey valued 50,000 rupees in an auction? Did you know that he donated the proceeds to the Tata Cancer Hospital? Yes. Dhoni can claim the deduction only if he makes the payment of 50,000 rupees to the mode other than cash, but not to his helicopter shot. As said above, the donation made by MS Dhoni to Tata Cancer Hospital is eligible for 100% deduction. As per Section 80G of the Income Tax Act 1961, the donation it can be either eligible for 100% or 50% deduction. But as per the income tax authorities, that contribution made to the Tata Cancer Hospital is eligible for 100% deduction. So MS Dhoni can claim the entire 50,000 rupees as deduction. But the amount of donation made is in excess of 2,000 rupees. Therefore, he has to make the payment through the account pay check or through the UPI mode or using IMPS or NEFT or RTGS manner. Next slide, please. How many of you know that Baba Ramdev donated 20 crore rupees to BJP party? Deduction under Section 80 GGC is available only for the individuals who make contribution to the political parties in the mode other than cash. However, the deduction is not available for the companies or for the local bodies or for any religious trusts which are making contribution to the political parties under this section. Next slide, please. Did you know that the interest earned on savings account of your father in bank or post office is eligible for deduction up to 10,000 rupees? Yes. Deduction is allowed only for the savings deposits, but not for the fixed deposits, recurring deposits, but not for any other time deposits. This deduction is governed by Section 80 TTA. Please remember that Section 80 TTA of Income Tax Act 1961 is enabled only for the taxpayers who are not the senior citizens. Next slide, please. Did you know that the interest earned on savings account of your grandfather is eligible for deduction up to 50,000 rupees? Yes. The, in case if the taxpayer is a senior citizen, he can claim the deduction on interest on savings account up to 50,000 under Section 80 TTB. In this case, they are not eligible to claim the deduction under Section 80 TTA. The senior citizens are given only one choice to claim either Section 80 TTA or 80 TTB. So either of the sections can be claimed. Next slide, please. Did you know that the lead of the Harry Potter movie, Daniel Radcliffe, is suffering from disability and has been undergoing treatment in India since 2 years? Yes. Under Section 80U of Income Tax Act 1961, he can claim the deduction up to 75,000 rupees. And if he is having severe disability, he can claim up to 1,25,000 rupees for the treatment purpose. However, he has to obtain the disability certificate from the hospital. Next, we will be seeing a video regarding the tax planning. Some of the key points regarding tax planning can be seen here. Now I hand over the session to my friend Gautami. Now there will be a quiz session where you will be asked questions and you have to type the answer in the chat box.
Thank you, Krishna. Now we will see the question answer session. You can drop your answers in the chat box. First question is, how many types of tax planning are there? And your options are 4, 1, 2, 3. I am seeing you all replying, and the correct answer is option. Hello, am I audible? Hello. And the correct answer is 2. There are 2 types of tax planning. Second question is, deduction on investment belongs to which section? And your options are section 80 CCC, section 80 CC, section 80D, or section 80C. And the correct answer is section 80C. Third question is, insurance premium falls under which section? And your options are section 80C, section 80CCC, section 80CCD, or section 80D. Keep going, guys. Okay, and the answer is option A, that is section 80C. Fourth question is, which section is for pension contribution? Option A, 80C, option B, section 80CCC, option C, section 80CCD, and last option, section 80D. Yes, and the correct answer is option C, section 80CCD. Next question is, a deduction of rupees dash will be available resident individual who suffers from a severe physical disability or mental retardation. And the options are rupees 15,000, 30,000, 75,000, or 1,25,000. And the answer is option D, 1,25,000. I request Krishna to take the further charge. Thank you.
Thank you, Gautami. And here comes the sixth question. Children education allowance is exempt up to 100 rupees per child per month up to a maximum of dash children. Option A 1, option B 3, option C 4, and option D 2. And here comes the seventh question. And the correct answer is option D, 2 children. And here comes the seventh question. Mr. A's father, aged 65, is health conscious and underwent a diabetes test costing 4,000. Is Mr. A eligible for deduction? And the options are option A, eligible under section 80D, option B, section 80U. And the correct answer is option A, section 80D. Here comes the eighth question. Mr. Neeraj Modi has donated the amount of 10,000 rupees to COVID-19 fund through cash. Will the assessing officer allow the deduction under section 80G to Mr. Neeraj Modi? Options are option A, no, and option B, yes. And the correct answer is option A, no. Here comes the ninth question. Mr. Ajay, aged 65, has undergone the bypass surgery and he was paid 35,000 rupees by the employer for the purpose of the medical treatment. What is the amount admitted by the assessing officer under section 80D? And the options are option A 1 lakh and option B 65,000. And, and the correct answer is option B 65,000. And here comes the last question, the 10th question. Messrs. ABC LLP donated to the Communist Party of India a sum of 1 lakh rupees in hard cash. Can Messrs. ABC LLP can claim the deduction under section 80 GGC? And the options are option A, yes, and option B, no. And the correct answer is option B, no. Please let me know if you have any queries. Any queries, guys, please? Okay. So finally, so tax planning is an art, and effective tax planning a a one shot two birds approach. Like, effective tax planning helps you to fetch good returns when compared to the conventional way of fetching the interest to the investment of fixed deposits in the banks. And I hope this seminar has disseminated you the knowledge how to use the different sections for maximizing the returns when compared to the conventional mode. And I thank YEF for providing me this opportunity to present the seminar, present this webinar to the online platform. Thanking you. And coming to the question, Hio Dolani asked what is tax rate on NGO and is it 4% says applicable? Yes, Hio Dolani, tax rate for NGO is the normal tax rate that is applicable for the individuals. However, there are some specific cases like in case the NGO receives any anonymous donation, then the tax rate will be then the tax rate will be the highest rate of tax, that is the 30% on that is the 30% of the tax, and the cess is as usually applicable, that 4% cess is as usually applicable. In case if there are any capital gains, then capital gains in sense like in case of any sale of the of the property or shares or anything whatever the NGO purchases, then the capital gains applies. Then the tax rate under section 112A and section 11111A is as usually applicable, and section 112 also as usually applicable. The rates may differ in case of capital gains, but in majority of the cases the normal tax rate is applicable. And the other question by the Deepak Jaiswal is the tax slabs for the senior citizen. For the senior citizen, the tax slab for the financial year 2020-21 is the up to 3 lakh. The exemption will be applicable from 3 lakh to 5 lakh. It will be the 5%, and from 5 lakh to 10 lakh, it is 20%, and above 10 lakh, it will be the 30%. And this is a tax rate, and besides the tax rate, the surcharge as well as the cess will be applicable. I think your doubt has been cleared.
I hope you all are clear with everything. So if you're clear, then you are free to leave the meet. Thank you so much for joining. We have come to the end of the meet. And there is a form. Please fill the feedback form which is there in the chat box.